The narrative of Exposure by Wilfred Owen is a haunting poem that captures the grim reality faced by soldiers during World War I, particularly the harsh conditions of winter in the trenches. Rather than focusing on combat, Owen emphasises the relentless, exhausting battle against the elements and the creeping menace of death. The poem opens with the soldiers on the front line, where the most immediate threat is not enemy fire, but the brutal winter weather. The soldiers are exposed to freezing temperatures, with snow and ice being constant companions. Owen vividly describes the landscape of the conditions, emphasising the sense of desolation and abandonment. One of the poem's central themes is the portrayal of nature as an enemy. The biting cold, the incessant snow, and the chilling winds are personified as antagonists, relentlessly attacking the soldiers. Much of the poem revolves around the theme of waiting for the end of war, for death, for something to happen. The refrain, "but nothing happens," underscores the monotony and the sense of suspended time. Owen explores the psychological impact of this constant exposure to harsh conditions. The soldiers are not only physically tormented by the cold, but also mentally strained by the anticipation of an attack that never comes. Owen employs stark, vivid imagery to depict the landscape and the soldiers' suffering. The use of sensory details makes the reader feel the biting cold, the numbing wind, and the oppressive atmosphere of the trenches. The poem conveys a strong sense of the futility and absurdity of war. The soldiers are exposed to deadly conditions, not for any heroic purpose, but because of the seemingly pointless decisions of those in command. There is a deep irony in the fact that soldiers are more immediately threatened by the weather than by the enemy. The irony highlights the senselessness of their situation. The disjointed structure of the poem, with its short lines and abrupt transitions, mirrors the fragmented, disorientated state of mind of the soldiers. Exposure is a powerful indictment of the conditions of trench warfare and a poignant reflection of the senselessness of war. Owen's vivid language and stark imagery creates an intense, immersive experience, forcing the reader to confront the grim realities faced by soldiers during the war. The poem stands as a testament to Owen's skill in conveying the physical and psychological horrors of war. Language. Pararhyme. Owen frequently uses pararhyme, where the end words have similar consonants but different vowels. For example, naivus and nervous. This creates a sense of unease and dissonance, reflecting the soldiers' discomfort and the harshness of their environment. Alliteration and assonance. The use of alliteration and assonance contributes to the poem's rhythm and mood. For instance, watching, we hear the mad gusts tugging on the wire, where the repetition of the W and H sounds imitates the whistling and howling of the wind. Personification. Elements of nature are personified, such as the winds that knife us, and the snow that is fingering. This personification of the weather elements as active, malevolent forces accentuates the soldier's struggle against nature. Imagery. Owen uses vivid imagery to paint a stark picture of the battlefield. Descriptions of the landscape, the weather, and the soldiers' conditions are graphic and detailed, creating a vivid sense of place and atmosphere. Repetition. The poet's refrain, "but nothing happens," is repeated throughout, emphasizing the monotony and the endless waiting that characterizes the soldier's experience. Half-rhyme. Owen's use of half-rhyme, where the words almost but don't quite rhyme, contributes to the overall feeling of discomfort and the unsettling nature of war, reflecting the incomplete, unresolved experiences of the soldiers. Sensory detail. The poem is rich in sensory details, describing not just what the soldiers see, but also what they hear, feel, and think. This multi-sensory approach makes the reader feel the soldiers' experiences more intensely. Structure and pacing. The use of short, abrupt lines and frequent caesura pauses in the poem mirrors the soldier's disjointed and anxious state of mind, as well as the unpredictable nature of life in the trenches. This audio guide is a MrLsOnlineEnglish.com production. You can find more resources that complement this one at MrLsOnlineEnglish.com. I wish you well on your English studies journey. I'm Mr. L, and you are welcome.